I came here first as a US Marine. So 50 years ago I was carrying a rifle here in Dong Ha. Today I'm carrying a piece of chalk and I'm a volunteer teacher. I had only arrived in the States a couple of years earlier from Britain. I was working in the Midwest as a journalist and I got caught up in the big build-up for Vietnam in the draft. I was suddenly on a troop ship bound for Vietnam. I was a combat correspondent. My job essentially was to always be out in the field. If there was fighting to be done, that was first and foremost my job. When that was immediately over is when I reverted back to writing the stories of incidents that I'd seen. I got discharged and I stayed in Vietnam, and I was then covering the war in Vietnam, but this time as a civilian correspondent. In 1975, after the war finished, Vietnam was basically closed for many years to the West. I continued my career as a foreign correspondent, first with UPI and then later with Newsweek magazine. And I went to many parts of the world, I think 26 wars and conflicts I covered. Vietnam again began to open up in the late 80s, early 90s, and since then I have come back and renewed my love affair with Vietnam. I walk along this street quite a lot. It's quite pleasant walking along the river. I was already over what people would consider the normal retirement age. I thought that I'd had a very stressful career and I thought I was ready for retirement. But after only a few weeks, I realized that I was not ready for retirement. I wanted to continue to work and give something back. I eventually thought perhaps become a teacher. I'm a journalist rather than a teacher, but of course English is my tool. We're going to the Khe Sanh military base. I was a Marine at Khe Sanh during the war. Today I'm teaching Vietnamese kids an occupation that I never in 100 years thought I would ever do. It was very famous in American history. I sponsored 3 students who'd done very well in English to go to Saigon, and they'd never been to a big city before, and they said this was the most exciting time of their lives, and they learned a lot.
After the Industrial Revolution.
And it's little things like that you know you've made a difference. You're directly impacting on the lives of these kids. That's a difficult word for a lot of people in Vietnamese to speak. Exaggeration. Exaggeration. They've been able to put the war behind them, especially the young people. And what they're looking forward to is what anyone is looking forward to now: a better job, better health, better family. It's a very vibrant country. It's a very young country, Vietnam. It's exactly 50 years ago since I first came to Vietnam. I'm back in the very first town that I ever visited.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps, same thing. I feel I have a new career, and it's a career I'm enjoying tremendously. I think it's written in the stars.
I don't feel anything.